Hello everyone, and thank you for visiting our channel. Today, we'll be delving into the lives of talented actors who left us too soon, often without us even realizing it. From Hollywood icons to rising stars, these individuals made significant contributions to the world of entertainment before their untimely passing. Before we begin, we ask for your support. If this video or their legacy has touched your life, please like it as a sign of respect. Thank you. Now let's begin.
Here I go again, singing the same old.
Rick Derringer was an iconic American musician whose influence as a guitarist, vocalist, and producer stretched across more than 60 remarkable years. He shot to stardom at the age of 17 with the McCoy's chart-topping classic, Hang On Sloopy. His fame only grew with the explosive hit rock and roll, Hoochie Coo, a song that captured the rebellious spirit of its time and found renewed life in modern pop culture through Stranger Things. Beyond performing, Derringer's talents thrived behind the scenes. He produced Weird Al Yankovic's debut album, earning a Grammy, and composed Real American, forever tied to wrestling icon Hulk Hogan. Born to make music, Derringer left his imprint on rock history through collaborations with legends like Steely Dan, Cyndi Lauper, and Bonnie Tyler. In his later years, he embraced Christian music, continuing to share his passion and message with loyal audiences. Derringer passed away on May 26, 2025, in Ormond Beach, Florida, at 77. The news was shared by his caregiver Tony Wilson via Facebook. While the cause was not disclosed, his departure marks a profound loss. Though his net worth was reported at $500,000, Derringer's true legacy is immeasurable.
It's got naughty tales of the people I've slept with and the people I haven't slept with.
Breaking news. I know my time is short. The unflinching farewell of a beloved Harry Potter icon. Her time on screen in Harry Potter was brief, but the warmth and wit she brought to Professor Sprout have stayed with us. Now at 84, cherished British actress Miriam Margolyes has shared a deeply personal truth. I probably don't have long left to live. The revelation has left fans moved, a blend of sorrow and deep admiration for a woman whose candor and spirit remain undimmed by age. What memories does Miriam Margolyes stir in you? Did she bring a smile when you least expected it? We'd be honored if you'd share your reflections in the comments below. Born in 1941 in Oxford, Miriam was raised in a Jewish household that celebrated intelligence, resilience, and biting humor. These very traits shaped her identity and artistic path. As the first woman to join the prestigious Footlights at Cambridge, she launched a career spanning over 70 years. From radio dramas to Shakespearean theater, from BAFTA-winning performances like The Age of Innocence to unforgettable roles in Doctor Who, Call the Midwife, and Blackadder, her talent has touched every corner of the arts. Yet, it was her earthy, endearing turn as Hogwarts's herbology teacher, with wild curls and muddy gloves, that won hearts around the world. But life has grown harder in recent years. Health struggles crept in quietly before making themselves impossible to ignore. In 2023, Miriam underwent a heart valve procedure to avoid open-heart surgery. A cow's heart, she joked with her usual irreverence. Soon after, a diagnosis of spinal stenosis followed, a painful condition that left her with limited mobility. I can't walk properly, she admitted. I use sticks, a walkie. Still, she doesn't romanticize this stage of life. When you realize your time is limited, she recently said, you don't want to stop performing. A pause, and then, but I just don't have the strength. That quiet ache, the will to keep creating, despite a body that can no longer keep pace, speaks deeply to anyone who has watched aging up close. This is where Miriam's legacy becomes most personal. Not in her fame, but in her courage to reveal her fragility. She's also spoken openly about a rarely addressed fear, financial insecurity in old age. despite a storied career, she's voiced concern about affording the care she might soon need. I'm scared I won't have enough money for help if I end up paralyzed, or worse. Though her net worth is estimated at $4.5 million, she's still working, notably earning through personalized video messages on Cameo, where she's made over $365,000. I do it for the income, let's be honest, she quips. But I also want to ensure the people looking after me are treated well. She shares her life with longtime partner Heather Sutherland, an Australian historian. Their dream of retiring in Italy was shattered by Brexit. So now, Miriam says, we're just finding joy in what we still have. Her words have grown bolder with age. In a recent podcast, she reflected, "When you're young, you just think about your next FK. Now, I think about death a lot, and with a rare bluntness. There's no light at the end of the tunnel." Yet she doesn't speak in despair. Rather, her honesty is the result of a life fully embraced, with all its mess, beauty, and truth. Over the years, she's stirred controversy, often for comments deemed too blunt or improper. Yet she's never apologized for being herself. For Miriam, authenticity comes first, even when it unsettles others. It's this unwavering truthfulness that leaves a lasting impression. And that's the gift she leaves us. Not just the humor, not just the roles, but the example of a woman who met aging with open eyes, who shared her fears without shame, who fought for dignity, her own and that of every older person made invisible by society. She may not be remembered for the number of roles she played, but for the fearless way she allowed herself to be seen. Because in an age that avoids the subject of aging, Miriam Margolles gave us something better than comfort. She gave us honesty and a wink. What does Miriam mean to you? Did her words challenge you, warm your heart, spark a memory? Please share them below. We treasure every story. And if you believe voices like hers deserve to be heard, consider subscribing. There are still so many stories left to honor, and some, like Miriam's, shine too brightly to ever fade. Peter David, a celebrated American author in the world of comics and science fiction, passed away on May 25, 2025, at the age of 68. Renowned for his transformative 12-year tenure on The Incredible Hulk, he redefined the character by weaving in psychological depth and emotional nuance. His celebrated arc Future Imperfect remains one of the genre's most pivotal storylines. He also introduced the character Spider-Man 2099, securing his legacy in the tapestry of modern pop culture. Born on September 23, 1956, in Fort Meade, Maryland, David was raised in a military household. From a young age, he nurtured a passion for writing that would fuel a career spanning both Marvel and DC comics, as well as Star Trek novels. He received numerous Eisner Award nominations and earned the respect of a devoted global fan base. Sadly, his life ended after enduring kidney disease, strokes, and breathing difficulties. The news was shared by longtime colleague and friend Keith R.A. DeCandido. Though he amassed a net worth of $10 million, rising healthcare costs led to a GoFundMe to aid his care. His storytelling brilliance and compassionate voice will be deeply missed and forever cherished.
Et puis peut-être dès le début, ça.
Marcel Aufhuls, the acclaimed French-German documentarian, passed away on May 26, 2025, at the age of 97 at his residence in southern France. Widely recognized for his fearless investigations into the moral ambiguities of wartime, Aufhuls is best remembered for The Sorrow and the Pity, 1969, a piercing exploration of life under Nazi rule in France. The film, so politically charged, was banned in France for over a decade. His 1988 Academy Award-winning work, Hotel Terminus, delved into the life of Nazi war criminal Klaus Barbie, further establishing his reputation as a filmmaker unafraid to confront uncomfortable truths. Born in Frankfurt, Germany, on November 1, 1927, Opels fled with his family to escape the Nazis, eventually settling in America. That early experience of displacement profoundly shaped his worldview and fueled a lifelong mission to hold history accountable through film. His death was confirmed by his grandson, Andreas Benjamin Seifert. While his net worth was reported at $10 million, the lasting value of his contributions lies in his courageous body of work. Films that continue to provoke thought, reveal uncomfortable realities, and demand moral introspection from audiences around the globe.
Who weren't native, who understood the value of it and documented it. Hip-hop for the longest time,
Sasha Jenkins, a visionary American documentarian, writer, and chronicler of Black cultural history, died on May 23, 2025, at age 54, following complications from multiple system atrophy, a rare degenerative neurological disorder. His passing was confirmed by his wife, fellow filmmaker Raquel Cepeda. Jenkins made his mark with Fresh Dressed, a landmark exploration of fashion's role in hip-hop, and continued to shape cultural conversations with Wu-Tang Clan, of Mics and Men, which earned an Emmy nomination. His work across mediums, including his influential role in founding Ego Trip magazine and directing films on icons like Louis Armstrong and Rick James, helped bring overlooked stories into the public consciousness. Born on May 18, 1975, and raised in Queens during hip-hop's formative years, Jenkins used every creative outlet available to honor and document the spirit of the streets. His fearless approach gave voice to a generation and helped elevate hip-hop into the historical narrative. Though his estimated net worth stood at $5 million at the time of his passing, Jenkins' greatest contribution remains his unwavering dedication to truth, heritage, and the stories that shape us. His work continues to educate, challenge, and inspire.
The women want to touch the beard. They want to sit in Papa's lap. But that's why I have Miss Kay here.
Phil Robertson, the cherished American outdoorsman, reality star, and faith-driven entrepreneur, passed away on May 25, 2025, at the age of 79. Best known for founding Duck Commander and starring in the popular series Duck Dynasty, Robertson became a national figure by sharing his family's deep-rooted values and passion for the wilderness. The show, which ran from 2012 to 2017, captured the hearts of millions with its celebration of tradition, spiritual devotion, and Southern heritage. Born April 24, 1946, in Louisiana, Robertson was once the starting quarterback at Louisiana Tech University, ahead of future NFL Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw. Choosing a path of purpose over fame, he left football behind to pursue a simpler, faith-guided life. His creation of the now iconic duck call in 1972 launched a business empire grounded in authenticity and outdoor living. His death, following complications from Alzheimer's and other medical conditions, was confirmed by his daughter-in-law, Corey Robertson. While his financial worth was estimated at $10 million, Robertson's true legacy lies in his steadfast beliefs, enduring love for family, and the spiritual strength that touched and uplifted countless lives.
Vanished, the cave lightened, grew full of light, but also seemed curiously buoyant. I felt like
Alice Notley, a trailblazing American poet known for her bold innovation and spiritual depth, passed away peacefully in Paris on May 19, 2025, at the age of 79. Born in 1945 in Bisbee, Arizona, she authored over 40 volumes of poetry, along with a play and a memoir. Her writing, including celebrated titles like The Descent of Alette and Disobedience, challenged traditional poetic forms and earned her the esteemed Ruth Lilly Poetry Prize in 2015. Much of Notley's work was shaped by profound personal grief. Following the death of her first husband, poet Ted Berrigan, she spoke of hearing the dead, and channeled this experience into poetry that resonated with those experiencing loss. Her verses delved into mourning, change, and the spiritual, providing comfort and clarity to readers facing hardship. Though she left behind no substantial material wealth, the literary community mourns her passing with deep admiration. Notley's influence endures in her courageous exploration of the human condition. Her legacy is one of fierce empathy and creative brilliance, offering enduring light to all who encounter her words.
See that nice, fresh look she always had over the years? Do you think that's natural?
Ruth Buzzy, the cherished American actress and comedian, passed away on May 1, 2025, at the age of 88. Born on July 24, 1936, in Westerly, Rhode Island, she became a household name through her iconic portrayal of Gladys Ormsby on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. As the only performer to appear throughout all 6 seasons from 1968 to 1973, her character, complete with a hairnet, distinct voice, and trusty handbag, captured audiences by blending slapstick humor with a spirit of quiet defiance. Buzzy's career spanned over 4 decades and included more than 200 appearances on television. She was honored with a Golden Globe, received 2 Emmy nominations, and earned another for her heartfelt role as Ruthie, the friendly shopkeeper on Sesame Street. Her talents extended into voice acting, contributing to classics like The Smurfs and Pound Puppies, and she also graced the silver screen in comedies such as Freaky Friday and The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again. Her husband, Kent Perkins, confirmed her death following complications from Alzheimer's disease and multiple strokes. Though she is gone, Buzzy's legacy endures through timeless characters, heartfelt humor, and a deep connection with audiences across generations.
This is not the first season. This video, how come you don't know how to do your makeup? So how come your makeup ain't nice?
Jiggly Caliente, a vibrant Filipino-American drag artist, was born on November 29, 1980, and became widely recognized through her breakout appearance on Season 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Her quick wit, powerful stage presence, and memorable lip syncs endeared her to audiences. She later returned for All Stars 6, courageously reintroducing herself to the world after coming out as transgender, using her platform to uplift and empower others with authenticity and grace. Sadly, Jiggly died on April 27, 2025 at 44, following complications from a serious infection. Just days earlier, she had undergone a partial leg amputation. Surrounded by family and close friends in her final hours, her passing was deeply felt within the Drag Race family and the wider LGBTQ+ community. Those who knew her remembered her as a beacon of joy and strength. Tributes from fellow queens and fans celebrated her as a trailblazer, a source of strength, and a beloved friend. Jiggly Caliente leaves behind a legacy of courage, laughter, and unwavering love, a powerful voice whose impact will continue to resonate far beyond the stage.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did.
Breaking news. I know my time is short. The unflinching farewell of a beloved Harry Potter icon. Her time on screen in Harry Potter was brief, but the warmth and wit she brought to Professor Sprout have stayed with us. Now at 84, cherished British actress Miriam Margolyes has shared a deeply personal truth. I probably don't have long left to live. The revelation has left fans moved, a blend of sorrow and deep admiration for a woman whose candor and spirit remain undimmed by age. What memories does Miriam Margolyes stir in you? Did she bring a smile when you least expected it? We'd be honored if you'd share your reflections in the comments below. Born in 1941 in Oxford, Miriam was raised in a Jewish household that celebrated intelligence, resilience, and biting humor. These very traits shaped her identity and artistic path. As the first woman to join the prestigious Footlights at Cambridge, she launched a career spanning over 70 years. From radio dramas to Shakespearean theater, from BAFTA-winning performances like The Age of Innocence to unforgettable roles in Doctor Who, Call the Midwife, and Blackadder, her talent has touched every corner of the arts. Yet, it was her earthy, endearing turn as Hogwarts' herbology teacher, with wild curls and muddy gloves, that won hearts around the world. But life has grown harder in recent years. Health struggles crept in quietly before making themselves impossible to ignore. In 2023, Miriam underwent a heart valve procedure to avoid open-heart surgery. A cow's heart, she joked with her usual irreverence. Soon after, a diagnosis of spinal stenosis followed, a painful condition that left her with limited mobility. "I can't walk properly," she admitted. "I use sticks, a walkie." Still, she doesn't romanticize this stage of life. "When you realize your time is limited," she recently said, "you don't want to stop performing." A pause, and then, "But I just don't have the strength." That quiet ache, the will to keep creating, despite a body that can no longer keep pace, speaks deeply to anyone who has watched aging up close. This is where Miriam's legacy becomes most personal, not in her fame, but in her courage to reveal her fragility. She's also spoken openly about a rarely addressed fear, financial insecurity in old age. Despite a storied career, she's voiced concern about affording the care she might soon need. "I'm scared I won't have enough money for help if I end up paralyzed, or worse." Though her net worth is estimated at $4.5 million, she's still working, notably earning through personalized video messages on Cameo, where she's made over $365,000. "I do it for the income, let's be honest," she quips. "But I also want to ensure the people looking after me are treated well." She shares her life with longtime partner Heather Sutherland, an Australian historian. Their dream of retiring in Italy was shattered by Brexit. "So now," Miriam says, "we're just finding joy in what we still have." Her words have grown bolder with age. In a recent podcast, she reflected, "When you're young, you just think about your next FK. Now, I think about death a lot, and with a rare bluntness. There's no light at the end of the tunnel." Yet she doesn't speak in despair. Rather, her honesty is the result of a life fully embraced, with all its mess, beauty, and truth. Over the years, she's stirred controversy, often for comments deemed too blunt or improper. Yet she's never apologized for being herself. For Miriam, authenticity comes first, even when it unsettles others. It's this unwavering truthfulness that leaves a lasting impression. And that's the gift she leaves us. Not just the humor, not just the roles, but the example of a woman who met aging with open eyes, who shared her fears without shame, who fought for dignity, her own, and that of every older person made invisible by society. She may not be remembered for the number of roles she played, but for the fearless way she allowed herself to be seen. Because in an age that avoids the subject of aging, Miriam Margolles gave us something better than comfort. She gave us honesty and a wink. What does Miriam mean to you? Did her words challenge you, warm your heart, spark a memory? Please share them below. We treasure every story. And if you believe voices like hers deserve to be heard, consider subscribing. There are still so many stories left to honor, and some, like Miriam's, shine too brightly to ever fade. Farewell to Wayne Lewis, the voice and soul behind Atlantic. Starr has passed. Today we say goodbye to Wayne Lewis, the beloved co-founder, lead singer, and creative heart of the legendary R&B band Atlantic Starr. He passed away on June 5, 2025, at the age of 68, leaving behind a legacy of timeless love songs and soulful performances that defined a generation. Born on April 13, 1957, Wayne helped form Atlantic Starr in 1976 alongside his brothers David and Jonathan Lewis in White Plains, New York. With a smooth blend of R&B, funk, and pop, the group quickly rose to prominence, and Wayne's warm, emotive voice became the band's unmistakable signature. Under his leadership, Atlantic Starr delivered a string of unforgettable hits, from the silky ballad Secret Lovers to the catchy groove of Circles and the haunting beauty of Silver Shadow. But it was their 1987 chart topper, Always, that cemented the group's place in music history. That song, filled with devotion and vulnerability, touched hearts across the world. And it was Wayne's voice that carried its soul. The cause of death has not been publicly disclosed, but the loss has sent shockwaves through the music community and among fans. Many have taken to social media to express their sorrow, remembering Wayne not only as a great singer and songwriter, but as the voice of love, hope, and connection during their most personal moments. Even in his later years, Wayne remained active with Atlantic Starr, performing on stage with energy and grace, sharing that same passion that made the band unforgettable from the start. Though Wayne Lewis may be gone, his music endures, a living legacy of harmony, emotion, and timeless romance. He gave us melodies that wrapped around our hearts, lyrics that stayed in our memories, and a presence that can never be replaced. Did one of Wayne's songs soundtrack a moment in your life? Share your memories in the comments below, and if his music ever touched your heart, hit the like button to honor a true R&B legend whose voice will echo through time. Farewell to Sly Stone, the visionary who changed the sound of America. Today, we bid farewell to a true icon. Sly Stone, the magnetic frontman of Sly and the Family Stone, has passed away at the age of 82, leaving behind a vibrant and revolutionary musical legacy that transformed funk, soul, pop, and rock forever. Born Sylvester Stewart in 1943 in Benton, Texas, Sly Stone's journey began with a deep love for music, nurtured through gospel and doo-wop. But it was in 1966 that he formed Sly and the Family Stone, a racially and gender-integrated band that didn't just make history with its makeup, but shook the world with its sound. With hits like Dance to the Music, Everyday People, and Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again, Stone brought powerful messages of unity, equality, and social change to the airwaves, wrapped in electrifying rhythms and infectious grooves. The album Stand became an anthem for a generation. Sly didn't just make music, he started movements. But behind the spotlight, Stone fought private battles. His health declined in recent years, complicated by chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. On June 9, 2025, he passed away peacefully, surrounded by his 3 children and closest loved ones. The family expressed their gratitude for the outpouring of love and support, and shared that Sly had completed the screenplay for his life story just before his passing, a final creative gift still to come. His path wasn't easy. In 2011, he was living in a van in Los Angeles, still writing music, still dreaming. "I can't stand being in one place. I must keep moving," he once said. That restless spirit defined him, always searching, always creating. He is survived by his children, Sylvester Jr., Sylvette, and Novena, and remembered by millions who danced, cried, and found hope in his music. Sly Stone changed what music could be. He gave us truth, funk, and fire. And though his voice has been silenced, his message of unity and joy will echo for generations. Did Sly Stone's music shape your life or soundtrack your memories? If so, leave a comment below and press like to honor the genius who reminded us all that we are, indeed, everyday people. Breaking news. Simon Philip Cowell. Breaking news for all fans of the entertainment world. Simon Cowell, a titan in the music and television industry, has recently made headlines not only for his incredible influence on Hollywood, but but also for his ongoing health challenges. Are you a fan of Simon Cowell? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Simon Philip Cowell, born on October 7, 1959, in London, England, is a renowned television personality, entrepreneur, and record executive. He is best known for his role as a judge on popular talent shows such as Pop Idol, American Idol, The X Factor, and Britain's Got Talent. Cowell's journey in the entertainment industry began at EMI Music Publishing, where he started in the mailroom before working his way up to become an artist and repertoire consultant. In 1985, Cowell co-founded Fanfare Records, which enjoyed moderate success before folding in 1989. He then joined BMG Records, where he signed several successful acts, establishing himself as a powerful figure in the music industry. Cowell's big break came in 2001 with Pop Idol, where his blunt and often controversial critiques made him a household name. This success led to the creation of American Idol in 2002, which became a massive hit in the United States. Cowell's influence grew with the launch of The X Factor in 2004 and Britain's Got Talent in 2007, both of which became global franchises. His production company, Psycho Entertainment, has produced numerous successful acts, including One Direction, Little Mix, and Susan Boyle. Cowell's contributions to the entertainment industry have earned him numerous accolades, including a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2018. Despite his professional success, Cowell has faced several health challenges in recent years. In August 2020, he suffered a major back injury after falling off his electric bike, which required a 5-hour surgery. This incident was followed by another electric bike accident in January 2022, resulting in a broken arm. Cowell's recovery from these injuries has been slow but steady, and he has remained active in his professional endeavors. Most recently, Cowell addressed rumors about a mystery illness after missing some auditions for Britain's Got Talent. He clarified on Instagram that he had been suffering from migraines caused by long days under filming lights. Cowell reassured his fans that he was fine and looking forward to returning to the show. His openness about his health issues has garnered support and empathy from his followers, who appreciate his candidness. Simon Cowell's resilience and dedication to his work continue to inspire many. Despite the setbacks, he remains a prominent figure in the entertainment industry, known for his sharp eye for talent and his unwavering commitment to excellence. Renée Victor, beloved for her unforgettable portrayal of Abuelita in Pixar's Coco, brought warmth, humor, and authenticity to every role she touched. With a voice that could both scold and comfort, she helped breathe life into a film that would go on to captivate millions and share the beauty of Mexican tradition with the world. Her performance in Coco was more than animation. It was soul made audible, guiding generations through memory, family, and love. Born in San Antonio, Texas, on July 25, 1938, Renée's journey began with music and dance. She toured the globe alongside her husband as one half of the lively duo Ray and Renée, captivating audiences with their joyful variety performances. Her passion eventually led her to television and film, where she built a decades-spanning career with appearances in ER, Snowpiercer, Mayans MC, and as the wisecracking Lupita in Showtime's Weeds. Through it all, Renée faced personal trials with grace. She had been living with lymphoma for several years, a challenge she met quietly, surrounded by the love of her family. On May 31, 2025, she passed peacefully at her home in Sherman Oaks, California, with her daughters by her side. Renée's legacy lives on in her vibrant performances, especially in Coco, a film that continues to bridge generations and cultures. She once said, "Enjoy Coco with your family this Dia de los Muertos and forevermore." It's a sentiment that now echoes with even deeper meaning. In her life and work, Renée Victor reminded us of the power of tradition, joy, and enduring love, the kind that never fades, but only grows with memory. Kirk Medas, a cherished presence on MTV's Floribama Shore, will be remembered for his energy, warmth, and the deep bond he shared with those around him. From the moment he appeared on screens in 2017, Kirk brought more than just charisma. He brought heart. Through 4 seasons, he stood as both a fan favorite and a friend to many, known for his laughter, loyalty, and unshakable spirit. Born with a natural charm and a sharp sense of humor, Kirk quickly became the emotional glue of the Floribama Shore family. Whether facing conflicts on the show or lifting others up with encouragement and love, he embodied a rare and genuine kindness that touched everyone he met. In recent weeks, Kirk faced a serious health challenge with quiet courage. After being hospitalized with necrotizing pancreatitis, he spent nearly 2 weeks in intensive care. Despite the efforts of his medical team and the outpouring of support from loved ones and fans, Kirk's condition led to complications from liver failure. On May 2, 2025, he passed with those who cared most deeply for him, rallying around his memory. Though his time was brief, Kirk left behind a lasting legacy, one of laughter, light, and connection. His former castmates, including Amy Hall and Nilsa Prawant, described him as family, someone who always showed up with his full heart. And to so many who knew him or simply watched him on screen, he was more than a reality star. He was a reminder of the power of presence, of friendship, and of joy shared generously. In remembering Kirk Medas, we celebrate a life lived with authenticity and love. His spirit continues to shine in the hearts of those he touched. Tony Todd's towering presence on screen was matched only by the depth of his voice, a voice whispered about in dark corridors and haunted memories, but always rooted in truth. Born in Washington, D.C., and trained in theater, Todd rose to fame as the haunting figure in Candyman 1992, a role he reprised in the 2021 sequel. He balanced his iconic horror credentials with powerful performances in Final Destination, Platoon, The Crow, and The Rock. Despite a career spanning decades, Todd never stopped growing. In Final Destination, Bloodlines, released after his passing, he broke from the script to deliver a heartfelt farewell. Life is precious. Enjoy every second, his character Bloodworth advises. Words that now seem like his own goodbye. Todd passed away on November 6, 2024, at his home in Marina del Rey, California. His passing followed a long and private battle with stomach cancer. News of his departure was shared by his longtime manager, who described him as an extraordinary artist and friend. More than a horror icon, Todd was a mentor and advocate. He dedicated time to coaching underprivileged youth and using the power of storytelling for gang outreach. Colleagues and friends often spoke of his gentle spirit, his dignity, and the way he carried the weight of his roles with grace. Tony Todd's legacy is one of dualities, fear and compassion, strength and vulnerability. He taught us to face the shadows, on screen and in our hearts, and to live fully while we can. His voice will echo on in film, memory, and the stories he dared us to tell behind the darkest mirrors. Nicky Katt was a force of nature on screen. Whether as the intense Clint Bruno in Dazed and Confused or the unforgettable Harry Sennett in Boston Public, he brought an electrifying presence to every role, equal parts grit, humor, and soul. His characters, often tough and unpredictable, pulsed with authenticity because Nicky himself was anything but ordinary. Born Agustin Islas and raised in Los Angeles, Nicky began acting as a child, with early roles in Gremlins and The Burbs. His journey spanned nearly 4 decades and over 70 credits, working with celebrated directors like Richard Linklater, Steven Soderbergh, and Christopher Nolan. From the satirical chaos of waking life to the stylish shadows of the limey and the moral complexities of A Time to Kill, he brought depth and vulnerability to even the most hardened characters. Nicky's talent was undeniable, but so was the weight he carried. Behind the tough guy exterior was a sharp mind, a deep thinker who once said he tried to bring humor to heavy roles like oxygen for a drowning man. He brought his own wardrobe, props, and boundless creativity to set. Directors often praised his originality, timing, and ability to elevate every scene. On April 8, 2025, Nicky passed away at age 54. Though his path had challenges, his contributions to cinema will endure. He leaves behind a legacy of fearless performances, unforgettable characters, and the admiration of colleagues and fans alike. As we remember Nicky, we honor not only the artist, but the man who dared to live and act on his own terms. His spirit, bold and brilliant, lives on through the stories he helped tell. Will Hutchins, known to millions as the affable Tom Brewster from Sugarfoot, brought a unique warmth and whimsy to the golden age of television westerns. From his first appearance in 1957, Hutchins' charming portrayal of the sarsaparilla-sipping, law-loving cowboy captivated audiences during an era when westerns ruled primetime. With his twinkling blue eyes and gentle wit, he stood apart, not as the fastest gun, but as the kindest heart in the saloon. A Los Angeles native, Hutchins' journey from UCLA film student to Warner Brothers contract star was as unassuming as his on-screen persona. In Sugarfoot, he played a young law student navigating the rough frontier with brains over brawn, humor over hostility. He returned often to the role, even playing his own comically evil cousin, the Canary Kid, with glee. His lighthearted approach to justice and earnest delivery made Tom Brewster a beloved fixture in American homes. Beyond the Prairie, Hutchins left his mark on Broadway, film, and even shared scenes with Elvis Presley in Spin Out and Clambake. But when the Hollywood spotlight dimmed, he embraced a new role: clown. Touring with circuses in the US and Australia, he brought laughter to children and families with the same sincerity he gave to his television work. He passed away on April 21, 2025, at the age of 94 due to respiratory failure, surrounded by the love of his family. Hutchins is survived by his wife Barbara and daughter Jennifer. Will Hutchins lived a life filled with joy, generosity, and a quiet defiance of the tough guy trope. He reminded us that heroism can wear a smile and carry a law book instead of a gun. His legacy endures not just in reruns, but in the hearts of those who still believe in gentle courage. Claude Jarman Jr., the wide-eyed boy who melted hearts in the classic 1946 film The Yearling, has passed away peacefully at the age of 90. His performance as Jody Baxter, a lonely child who befriends a fawn, earned him a rare Juvenile Academy Award and etched his name into Hollywood history. Discovered at just 10 years old in his Nashville classroom by director Clarence Brown, Jarman was quickly whisked to Hollywood. What followed was a remarkable, if brief, film career that saw him share the screen with legends like Gregory Peck and John Wayne. He went on to appear in Rio Grande, Intruder in the Dust, and Roughshod, leaving behind a small but unforgettable body of work. Jarman's charm on screen mirrored his humility in life. "I had nothing to compare it to," he once said of his sudden fame. "I thought, doesn't everyone have this?" But after just a few years in the spotlight, he chose a quieter path, finishing high school, serving as a Navy publicist, and eventually leading the San Francisco International Film Festival for 15 years, where he nurtured a deep love for cinema behind the scenes. His book, My Life and the Final Days of Hollywood, offered a reflective look at his unique journey from child star to industry advocate. He was honored in 2019 for his contributions to the film world, proving that his legacy extended far beyond his early stardom. Claude Jarman Jr. is survived by his wife of 38 years, Katie, 7 children, and 8 grandchildren. he will be laid to rest in his hometown of Nashville, with a celebration of life planned in San Francisco, a fitting farewell to a man who quietly shaped film history and never lost his love for storytelling. Priscilla Pointer, a luminous figure in American stage and television, passed away peacefully at the age of 100. Known to millions as Rebecca Wentworth on Dallas, and to theater lovers as a founding member of the San Francisco Actors Workshop, she lived her life steeped in art, truth, and grace. Born in New York City in 1924 to artistic parents, Pointer's passion for storytelling ignited early. With her husband Jules Irving, she helped pioneer one of America's most daring theater collectives, believing deeply that performance should serve more than fame. It should elevate the human spirit. Her Broadway presence was commanding, with roles in Danton's Death, A Streetcar Named Desire, and The Time of Your Life. Television brought her into living rooms nationwide, most memorably in Dallas, where she portrayed a matriarch torn by loyalty and loss. But her heart always returned to the stage. Theater, she once said, is a religion. And for Priscilla, it truly was, a space of reverence, reflection, and joy. She acted alongside her daughter Amy Irving in several films, including Carrie and Honeysuckle Rose, and brought quiet strength to roles in Blue Velvet, Mommy Dearest, and A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Even late in life, she remained a steady light in the world of performance, choosing roles that spoke to the complexity of being human. Priscilla Pointer is survived by her children Katie, David, and Amy, 8 grandchildren, and a legacy rich in grace, intellect, and creativity. Her story reminds us that true artistry lies not just in talent, but in devotion, and that a life shaped by love for the craft can resonate long after the curtain falls. Maurice Whippany, beloved for her roles in Xena, Warrior Princess, Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, and Soldier, has passed away on her 61st birthday. She left this world surrounded by family and friends, just as she had lived it, embraced by love and laughter. Her journey began in the early 1980s, when a pageant producer recognized her charisma and encouraged her to compete in Miss New Zealand. That moment ignited a career that would span decades and leave a lasting imprint on screens across Australasia. From her early work with Billy T. James to her celebrated role in Came a Hot Friday, Maurice brought truth, humor, and radiant honesty to every performance. Audiences fondly remember her as Kanai in Xena, Warrior Princess, and as Ellie in Soldier, where her strength and depth resonated with viewers. She also delighted fans with performances in Shortland Street, Bonjour Timothy, and Grievous Bodily Harm. Known affectionately as the Lotto Lady in New Zealand, her presence was both glamorous and grounded, an embodiment of warmth. Yet, behind the scenes, Maurice was just as impactful. In her later years, she stepped into production roles and brought that same spirit of collaboration and compassion to her work. She also worked in a local cafe, connecting with her community in the same generous way she did on screen. Tributes from co-stars and directors poured in after her passing, remembering her not only as a gifted performer, but as a dear friend, witty, luminous, and unflinchingly kind. Maurice Whippany was a force of nature, graceful, funny, and full of heart. Her legacy endures in every smile she brought to screen and every life she touched off of it. She'll be remembered always, with love. Nino Bellomo, a cherished figure in the world of Italian theater, devoted his life to the art of storytelling through the stage. Born in 1943 in Syracuse, Sicily, Bellomo became a cultural icon for his deeply rooted portrayals in traditional Sicilian theater. With a career anchored at the Teatro Stabile di Catania, he brought the works of Luigi Pirandello and other classical playwrights to life, preserving a theatrical heritage that resonates through generations. Bellomo's path was not without its trials. As modern entertainment shifted focus to television and cinema, the world of traditional stage acting faced a steep decline. Yet, Bellomo remained steadfast, performing with passion and grace in an era that often overlooked the quiet dignity of live theater. His perseverance became a beacon of dedication to many young performers. Despite working primarily within Sicily, his impact extended far beyond regional borders, touching the hearts of those who value authenticity and tradition. While Bellomo rarely spoke of personal challenges, it is known that he carried the demands of a long and devoted career with great humility. He passed peacefully on April 11, 2025, at the age of 81, from natural causes, surrounded by the enduring love of family and admirers. His legacy is one of quiet brilliance, a life spent nurturing the spirit of a people and the language of the stage. To those who witnessed his performances or simply admired his devotion, Nino Bellomo remains not only a master of his craft, but a guardian of cultural soul. His story is a tribute to endurance, artistry, and the timeless power of live performance. Jiří Bartoška, a beloved icon of Czech theater and cinema, was more than an actor. He was a cultural pillar whose influence shaped the landscape of European film for generations. Born in 1947 in Děčín, Czechoslovakia, Bartoška began his artistic journey on the stage, eventually becoming a household name through his roles in beloved television dramas and nearly 70 films. Yet his legacy extends far beyond performance. In the 1990s, when the Karlovy Vary International Film Festival faced extinction in the wake of political and financial upheaval, Bartoška stepped in with vision and passion. Appointed president in 1994, he worked tirelessly alongside artistic director Eva Zauralova to rescue and reinvent the festival. Their efforts not only restored its prestige, but elevated it into a vibrant, international celebration of cinema known as the Woodstock of the East. Under Bartoška's guidance, Karlovy Vary welcomed film legends, premiered groundbreaking work, and became a beacon for artists and audiences alike. Bartoška's leadership was rooted in humility and inclusivity. He treated everyone, from world leaders to festival volunteers, with warmth and respect. His deep love for the arts was evident not just in his presidency, but in his continued dedication to acting, even while battling a long illness. Diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2014, he faced his health challenges with quiet strength, attending festival events and remaining a visible, inspiring presence until his final months. He passed away on May 8, 2025, at the age of 78, in Prague. Jiří Bartoška leaves behind a towering legacy, not only in his performances and accolades, but in the hearts of those he touched, and the future of Czech cinema that he helped secure with elegance, passion, and unwavering dedication. Marvin Laird, the gifted composer, conductor, and cherished collaborator of Bernadette Peters, brought elegance, wit, and musical brilliance to the world of theater and film for over 6 decades. Born in Kansas City in 1939, Laird's life was devoted to music, a devotion that took him from Broadway to Hollywood, leaving a legacy of unforgettable performances and enduring melodies. Laird first stepped onto the Broadway stage in 1964 and would go on to lend his talents to beloved revivals like Annie Get Your Gun, Gypsy, and Follies, all starring his dear friend and creative partner, Bernadette Peters. Their artistic bond transcended the stage. Peters fondly recalled his impeccable style, gentle humor, and boundless generosity, which made him beloved by all who knew him. Marvin's artistry didn't end on Broadway. He composed or arranged music for iconic films such as Hello, Dolly, New York, and Robert Altman's The Company. His melodies found their way into living rooms across America through television shows like Maude, Dynasty, and The Love Boat. And in 1992, his original score for Ruthless. The musical showcased his playful, satirical edge and became a cult favorite. In his later years, Laird continued to conduct, compose, and mentor, even while navigating health challenges. On December 2, 2024, he passed peacefully in Redding, Connecticut, at the age of 85. Marvin Laird's life was a testament to the transformative power of music, the importance of friendship, and the quiet strength of perseverance. His work lives on in every note played, every curtain that rises, and in the hearts of those who were lucky enough to hear his music or feel his warmth. Breaking news. Our next story centers on an iconic figure in Hollywood whose talent has captivated audiences for decades. You might remember her as the intense and unyielding Annie Wilkes in Misery, or from her more recent roles in American Horror Story. Yes, we're talking about the legendary Kathy Bates. But today, we're not here to revisit her remarkable filmography. Instead, we're turning our focus to a deeply personal and challenging chapter in her life, one that has unfolded away from the spotlight. Kathy Bates, known for her commanding presence on screen, has faced immense challenges off-screen as well. Recently, she has been navigating a series of health battles that have tested her resilience and strength. In 2003, Kathy was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, a diagnosis that shook her to the core. Despite the fear and uncertainty that came with such news, she chose to fight privately, enduring surgery and chemotherapy without sharing her struggle with the public. In 2012, nearly a decade after overcoming ovarian cancer, Kathy was dealt another blow, this time a diagnosis of breast cancer. She faced a difficult decision and ultimately chose to undergo a double mastectomy. Once again, Kathy's indomitable spirit shone through as she approached her treatment with determination and an unwavering will to survive. However, the physical and emotional toll of these battles has been significant. In the years following her mastectomy, Kathy began to experience the painful effects of lymphedema, a condition that results from the removal of lymph nodes and causes chronic swelling. This condition has added a layer of complexity to her daily life, as she manages the ongoing discomfort and challenges that come with it. Despite these overwhelming obstacles, Kathy Bates has remained a symbol of strength and perseverance. She has been open about her health struggles, using her platform to raise awareness about lymphedema and the importance of early detection and treatment. Her candidness has provided hope and inspiration to many who are facing similar battles, proving that even in the darkest times, there is light to be found. Kathy's journey is not just about survival, it's about living fully in the face of adversity. She continues to work, delivering powerful performances that remind us of her extraordinary talent. Even as she navigates her health challenges, Kathy remains committed to her craft, refusing to let her difficulties define her. As we reflect on Kathy Bates's incredible story, both in her career and her personal life, we're reminded of the resilience of the human spirit. Her ability to confront her health issues with courage and grace is a testament to her strength and determination. Kathy's story is one of survival, but it's also one of thriving, despite the odds. Please note that Kathy Bates is still actively working and inspiring audiences with her talent. Did Kathy Bates's journey move you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how her story resonates with you, and if you found it as inspiring as we did, don't forget to like and share this video. Let's keep the conversation going and continue to support each other through stories like these. Your engagement means everything to us.